combines contemporary performance art, poetry, and music. His second collection from Guernica Editions, Amicus Lullaby, was released this year. And I have to thank Dana. I was talking about the collaboration that's involved with 100,000 Poets. He is the one that connected me to David and to May Restaurant. I'm very grateful to him for that. Now he's going to kill it for us. Dane Swan.
Greetings, greetings. How's everyone doing? You doing well? Yeah, I'm seeing pool players in the back, and I find it hilarious seeing you guys play pool quietly. And it reminds me of a story Mark Smith, the guy who invented slam poetry, once told me and a bunch of us. Back when he was doing spoken word poetry, there weren't no venues for spoken word. So when he wanted to go on a tour, him and his buddies would pile up in a car and they just stop at every pool hall. They basically perform poetry until they got beaten up or thrown out. So it's a nice little switch that you guys are quiet and we're being the loud ones instead of us trying to grab people's attention and getting thrown out. Okay. So this is the collection I'm currently working on. I'm going to share a few pieces from this. And there's only one poem with a title. So, well, there's three, but there's only one that I'm going to read. So I'm going to read that first. And it is titled, I cannot read it because it is titled Pride. Pride. A half hour, 30 minutes, 1,800 seconds, they sat. Protest is not supposed to be comfortable. Civil disobedience does not fit in pristine conformist ideals of opposition. You're supposed to feel something. Upset? Was your perfect day ruined? Good. That's the point. So, this collection is heavily influenced by the life of Lenny Bruce. Some people know who Lenny Bruce is. Guys who don't, he was a brilliant comedian in the 50s and 60s. He's the reason why people can get in front of a mic and say whatever they have to say and not get arrested. He got arrested so that we could not get arrested. And so he's an important figure in my life because I'm a spoken word artist. I like talking into a microphone and not getting arrested. So he's heavily influenced this book. Also some of the things he fought against or fought with, which included civil rights, sort of the big machine of the church and religion. I could go on and on. And he had a lot of vices as well. Anyway, that's what I'm going to say about that. Some of these have epigraphs, some of them don't. I'm just going to read through these poems. Hopefully you like them. Hi, Malika.
Hey. What's up?
Very talented poet who's going to come up pretty soon. So the epigraph of this poem starts, it's a poem by Lenny Bruce. If Jesus had been killed 20 years ago, Catholic school children would be wearing little electric chairs around their necks instead of crosses. If all war is in the name of God, then there is no God. If God exists, I shall murder God. Rear this electric chair in holy sacrament. I will become God. I will become God and murder myself. Be reborn on the third day. Witness the spectacle of my failure in existing as believers commit genocide after genocide in my name, erasing tales of generations. If Jesus died in these times, he'd be ignored. The media would call him the devil. He'd be prosecuted for a noble crime. There would be no cross, no electric chair, noose around the neck of kilted schoolgirls, no enlightenment, just flashing lights, blinking subliminal messages. Read the secret language between the commercials. Find the place where laughter goes when the punchline is forgotten. Does it echo in your mind? These breaths are merely notes from a discarded symphony. My body becomes a drum roll, lights dim. I think I smell burnt toast. The choir sings in controlled dissonance. I'll see you in 3 days. Thank you. Georgia, who's in the back, actually helped edit the fresh draft of this, so give a little round of applause to Georgia. Days can't speak, fail to communicate, can't comprehend the word mad. Today's struggle to dream, tomorrow's slumber impossible. Yesterday awake sleepwalking, the night a fugue composed with melancholy. No one hears the band over the cheddar. Play louder, make the bastards cheer. Dancing monkeys sing arias of discontent off key. Bang the snare, harder. Drummer, let the beat rattle the walls. Something needs to move, if not their feet, their souls. It doesn't end with a whimper. It ends with nepotism. Regurgitating poor translations, metaphor taking verbatim as gospel truths. Corpses don't rest. Vengeance, fear, fill environments. Body bags wait for farewells. Apologies to hear 3 words. Ours can't hear. Scream in discontent. Smash panels. Shards eviscerate into dispersing particles. Muted children fail to cause ruckus. Moments remain calm. Moments remain calm. Moments remain calm. Triplets play broken telephone. Oscillations repeat laughter. Silent performance art. Manuscript paper filled with notes. Readers imagine the concept of music. Minutes can't feel. Dream pleasant thoughts of pleasure. Pain. Seconds wish to kiss the sunrise.
Woo!
I'm zooming through this, so I might read something extra after this call. A system of systemic abuse where men play God in the name of God. Praise be to God. Hallelujah, God. God, help us. God wallows in the guilt that his name is whispered by clergy who use it as a weapon to terrorize young followers of God. Praise to karma, hoping she will right the wrongs of his failures as genocides and sexual assaults of children are performed in the name of the Lord. May God not have mercy on God as false idols invoke his name, conning desperate children of faith into purchasing private jets and mansions in his name, claiming to be blessed by God when they're blessed with the acuity of grifting. This is the shit that makes people not believe in God. I believe in God, but I'm totally cool if you don't believe in God. Make survivors scream, fuck you, God! And I'm acting like a backup dancer behind him shouting, yeah, fuck you! As if God gives a fuck about the word fuck. Words don't mean shit without action. The actions of the church, Defend and protect criminals. Shun victims. Deny, deny, deny. In church we are taught to never lie, but when the truth is exposed, our past sins become evidence that we are liars. Deny. There is no place to seek counsel when the pulpit is home to beggars and the congregation is willingly oblivious. Deny. When did you give up, God? Was it when men claimed to be anointed by you, placed halos on their heads and called themselves kings? Deny. Or was it when you realized all the mass murders, deny, genocides, deny, mass suicides, deny, were performed in your name? Deny, deny, deny. Fuck. When this physical husk expires, let me go to that spot where artists debate existence for eternity. Civilized people there think it's hell. They be screaming, no, and shit. But we call it beautiful in its imperfections. The women don't care about our financial, social standings, aren't trying to rebel against parents. The guys aren't interested in conquests. Race doesn't matter, neither does faith. No one bullies people over sexuality. A place that feels more like a home of worship for religion built around the philosophy of love than any church on this plane. And that dream is fulfilled, and I am surrounded by victims and survivors, where our mental health battles are merely signals of our ingenuity. The sight strong men are allowed to cry and we greet each other with "I'm sorry," because none of us ever heard those words from a place of honesty in our lifetimes. When I get there, I'll turn to someone with a beer in my right hand and say, I finally understand. Thank you. I'm going to try to find one more poem if you guys don't mind. If you guys can stand in for a little bit longer. I changed the order of this collection though, so it'll take me a couple seconds. What am I randomly just reading something? Now I'm going to read this. It's not what I was going to read. The epigraph is, people don't respond to love, they respond to actions. And it comes from Heroes Season 1. I bought the DVD recently. So, we are all thrown away, left for refuse, screamed at, proclaimed failures. If you've never fallen down, you've never stood up for friends, a cause, yourself. It's easy to crawl instead of stand, walk, run. Even the broken man wants to share his love. The drug addict has wisdom to share. So does the stripper. This is not a sermon. You already know. You're not naive. Only wanting love, not wealth. Just love. No picket fence, just love. No elaborate wedding, just love. No expensive vacations, just love. Is not having those standards. Thank you very much, guys.